Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spring Lake Park High School for CTN's coverage of the Section 7 Boys Lacrosse Playoffs as the number 8 seeded SLPCR squad hosts the Stealth from Hermantown Proctor. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action, and Howie, cool to see both SLPCR lacrosse squads earning home playoff games to start.
Yeah, the girls were victorious in the first game. They won 8-5 over Duluth Marshall. And now the boys get an opportunity to see if they can advance to also play the number 1 team, the Andover Huskies. That's who the winner will play in the next round.
And a similar story as well that the visitors, although the lower seed, have a little bit better record at 8-5 coming in. But SLPCR is coming in hot. Best they've played all season. They are 7-6. They've won their last 4 to end the regular season with that winning record, and 3 of those 4 games in the conference, which was huge for this team at the end of the year.
Yeah, obviously it's a little different game between how the boys play and the girls play. A little more contact, obviously.
Opening possession for the Stealth, and they are taking their time, feeling out the defense. Kyle LaValle up top, staying away from the poke of the long stick midi. Asher Ose. Parker Swart work his way all the way back up top. Reset it for Rowan Cass. Cass runs in, his shot denied by Scramstead. A scramble for the rebound, still loose. Stealth, a couple opportunities to scoop, but nobody could secure. Eventually someone put their cross over the top of the ball, and that's a no-no.
You know, we saw good defense, some defense in that first game, and I think that's going to be a key here tonight as well.
Pass doesn't click, gets in on the goaltender, and Kaczmarek will quickly send it back to midfield. Amari Brown strong on the body, trying to win the battle for the ball, but whistle blows. Parker Swart awarded possession for the Stealth. And I think you'll likely see some feeling out from both teams early on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely will.
A little bit of nerves, obviously. Anytime you get to the playoffs, it doesn't matter whether it's an 8 versus a 9 or a 1 versus an 8. There's going to be nerves on both sides.
Yeah, and these two teams obviously not familiar with each other.
Caden Conkler. Looking for room on the right side, waiting for reinforcements to populate the field. Brock Lewick down the right side. Here comes Conkler, got a step. Down to Lewick, a tough angle shot, but the save by Kaczmarek.
Well, Kaczmarek, just a sophomore, but a nice save there. Just a good job there to make sure he denied Lewick.
Kaczmarek lost it, scooped up by Tranby, tried to hand it off to Herzog, and that pass got away from him. Quinn Andrews able to secure control for the Stealth as the SLPCR squad tried to jump on a mistake by Hermantown Proctor, but unable to capitalize.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity to get a quick goal.
Swart up top, trailed by Josiah Robb. Will hand it off for James Daly. He gives it to LaValle, who's fresh on the field. LaValle trying to find room against Mellum. Not able to do so. Will reset back up to Daly up top. Daly can't find a hole on the left side. Lost the ball and trying to stay in possession. Tranby bumped off of it as he gained control, or Ose rather. bumped off as he gained control. Cale Smith down low, is shot in close, and a goal for Mason Nordberg.
Yeah, so the Hermantown team going to score first. Hermantown Proctor.
And it was a great feed from Cale Smith. Put it to his teammate right on the doorstep. He turns and scores.
Yeah, good look inside. It's Nordberg's 4th goal of the season.
SLPCR off the draw, able to gain possession, and this is first opportunity really to set up in the offensive end. Had it down here momentarily, but unable to really get the opportunity to set their offense. And we'll see if they have a response after giving up the game's first goal. Caden Conkler high on the near side. Lebanski attacking from high on the left side. Into the middle, a chance for Danny Quist, denied by Kaczmarek.
Yeah, and Quist didn't get a lot on it. It was a relatively easy save for Kaczmarek.
This one swept out of bounds by the home squad, Herman Proctor. Hermantown Proctor will get the opening possession. It's Cale Smith, number 9 for Hermantown Proctor.
Number 9.
Number 9. Did you know that Hermantown is the hometown of one Joel Sipper?
Yes.
And he's a huge fan
of number 9.
Of number 9. Opportunity quickly at the other end for SLPCR, and it's converted in close.
Is that Tranby?
No.
No. Nope.
That is Jack Person, the freshman, 8th grader, sorry. He has been a very strong addition for this team.
Oh, he's
17th goal this season.
Yeah,
he's got 37 points.
Yeah, very solid for that young man.
As an 8th grader.
Yep.
So the lead didn't last long.
Well, you know, in this contest, I think you'll probably see similar to what you saw in that first game, for the most part, back and forth between these 8 and 9 seed.
Great little play from Herzog, flipped it up over the defender and caught it himself. Person on the left side will retreat, find himself a little bit of safe space. Danny Quist, room to run, down low, quick shot for Brock Lewick is denied, and second chance by Tranby. Skips wide and goes out the end line, and Herzog is down there, so it'll be SLPCR ball.
Yeah, really great shot and great save by Kaczmarek, as he's able to get a piece of it on that first initial attempt.
Conkler denied entry, gives it back up to Quist up top. Person cuts to the middle. He's nets his second of the game.
Boy.
And the youngest man on the team is starting strong.
Did a really nice job. Again, you know, he's just got that quickness. Has that quickness that he was able to use to gain a little space in front of the net. And then a quick shot for the goal. You can see him get around. Nice job of protecting, and then a quick shot.
Two 8th graders, 5 9th graders on the roster for SLPCR. But he has been the most noticeable among them.
Well, you have to love that for the future of this program, for all the youth on it.
Couple of bodies hit the turf. The whistle goes in favor of the home team. Some of the fans in front of us disagree.
Yeah.
But hey, I think you got the call back because Mason Nordberg had a handful of jersey, and yet the whistle goes in their favor. Huge stop for Scramstead, stopping Nordby in close.
I thought he had a little face mask as well.
Scramstead able to scoop that one up, fires it downfield. Sawyer Jolkowski moves it along to Person, and that pass to Conkler didn't click. That's okay. Tranby there to secure it behind the net. Tranby staying away from Tripp Lustig. Near side. Blake Mellum circles behind, trying to get it out front to Herzog. He's well defended. Stealth able to get control. Finley Radzik had it knocked away from him. So PCR keeping it in the offensive end. Just about 5 minutes left in the opening quarter. 2-1 lead for the home team. A couple of goals from 8th grader Jack Person after Hermantown Proctor scored the opening tally.
Oh, great feed, just couldn't control it.
Pressure all over in the offensive end, forces another turnover. That's how PCR has it back. Nordby sends it behind. Danny Quist looking for room, passes out front. Herzog denied, sweeping at the rebound, but Kaczmarek able to scoop it up.
Kaczmarek was able to get enough on it. I thought that was going to be a goal. Herzog did a really nice job of charging the net.
Kaczmarek long run, passes ahead for Cale Smith. Smith a little stutter step. Trying to find a way around the corner on Lamari Brown. Parker Swart back up top. Switches with LaValle. LaValle back to middle. His shot stopped up and held by the keeper, Tommy Scramstead. Scramstead, a 4-year starter. Another look at that Herzog chance. Hit the post. Tried to scoop it between the legs and unable to do so. Herzog second on the team in points, 51 coming into the contest.
Yeah, Tranby leading with 55.
And they're both tied with 42 goals to lead the team.
It's impressive.
Tranby will be back. Herzog will be one of the biggest losses for this squad. Tommy Scramstead, as I was just about to say, 4-year starter for the team. He'll be playing college lacrosse in Ithaca, New York next season. And he will be tough to replace, to be sure. Huge stop in close. As I'm talking about him, he denies Nordberg from about 5 feet away.
Yeah, a great pass downfield as well.
.233 to go in the first quarter. Winner will go to Andover to face the number 1 seed Huskies on Thursday night. Tranby able to steal it away from Kaczmarek again, and this time he's able to bounce it home and take advantage of the goalie getting a little sloppy with it outside of his circle.
We've seen that a couple of times here in this first quarter by their goaltenders. That just a little sloppy turning the ball over, but just a beautiful play by Tranby to make something happen. And once he gets an opportunity in front of the net, pretty guaranteed it is a goal. his 43rd of the season.
Three unanswered now for the home team after Proctor Hermantown had opened scoring. Win the draw, right back on the attack. That one a little bit behind Asher Ose. And the Stealth able to get the steal. Quinn Andrews trying to get away from the pressure of Ose. Down the sidelines. Forced out of bounds, and good defense won't allow them to escape their defensive end. Force them to turn it over again. Here's Person. Already off to a fantastic start. 2 goals in this opening quarter. Take up position behind the net. Try and run out front. Fires from a tough angle. Misses and out of bounds, but SLPCR there to make sure that they keep possession. Tranby on the backside.
Well, again, he gets himself in such good position to take opportunities, take shots at the net.
Conkler from a long ways out, finds some room down the right wing, fires high. And that one is like on its way to, what's
Fridley.
The next city?
Fridley. Yep.
That is exactly.
Up the bus, going to Fridley.
That one might have gotten outside of the fence, out into the street.
A souvenir.
That one was definitely moving. Here's Conkler again, attacking from up top. Long shot, denied by Kazmarek. He's been busy this opening quarter.
He really has. He's had his hands full so far.
Fires it out near midfield. It's touched momentarily by Swart. Loose ball. Controlled by Cass, and Cass on the run down the left wing for Hermantown Proctor. Cass trying to find a little bit of room. He does, and he leaves it for Parker Swart. Swart dealing with the defense of Josiah Robb. Plays it behind the net. And around to the far side, Cale Smith. Smith working against Brown. Got a pick. Got a good angle to shoot, but denied again by Tommy Scramstick. Slipping and falling
with that wet
midfield, but good strong body control by Blake Mellum. Battles it off. Scooped up by Lamari Brown. Brown down low. Herzog turns and scores. And it's 4-1 with 10 seconds to go in the first period.
Well, that was just a beautiful pass to find Herzog all alone and out in front. And Herzog didn't waste any time. Immediately lets go of that shot for the goal. See it again, just a beautiful pass right into the cross, and he just fired. So that would be his 43rd goal, not to let Toby Tranby outdo him.
The one game that we did earlier this season against Forest Lake, very impressed with what Lamari Brown brings to the team. Nicknamed him the Transporter because he's the one they relied on to go from one end to the other. He's gotten onto the score sheet a fair amount of times this season as well. He's on the score sheet now with an assist late in this first quarter, and they will go to the first break up by a 4-1 score. The Stealth start the scoring, but the Catbirds roar back with 4 straight. They're up 4-1 as we go to the second on CTN. The umbrellas are out at Spring Lake Park High School. It's win or go home as the Section 7 tournament has begun. The number 8 seeded SLPCR squad hosting number 9 from Hermantown Proctor. The Stealth getting the first goal of that contest on a goal from Mason Nordberg in close, but then 4 unanswered for the home team, and they have really stolen the momentum and have been dictating the tempo through that first 12 minutes of play.
Well, we talked about how, both teams, the girls and boys, getting home playoff game, which is great, and they want to entertain their fans and they want to win and go on. So far early on, as the Catbirds doing a good job controlling this contest.
They'd love to be the number 1 or 2 seed and
Sure.
have home game or 2 in the playoffs, but at the same time, I was talking to AD Will Wackman before the game. I said, it is the 8 versus the 9, but it's better than being the 7 seed
Yes.
and being on the road.
Absolutely.
Opportunity to play at home one last time. Girls will be at Chisago Lakes on Thursday. There's a chance and a goal in close. Quick turnaround shot for Daniel Vizcarra Davis. Makes it 5-1.
And that's his first goal in the season.
Wasted no time. Catch and shoot.
Yeah, just a really nice play.
Just quick movement. It
not
came
much you
right
can
up
do.
to Quist. Quist immediately got it back to Vizcarra Davis. Catch and shoot. 5-1. Just 45 seconds into this second quarter. So to finish the thought, the girls will be at Andover to take on number 1 seeded Huskies in Section 7 quarterfinal action on Thursday. The boys hoping that they are girls are at Chisago.
Yep.
Boys are hoping they will be at Andover.
Correct.
Taking on the number 1 Huskies on Thursday in the Section 7 quarterfinals. Girls
There you go.
will be at the number 1 seeded Chisago Lakes Wildcats. In tight, another point-blank save for Tommy Scramstead. And his team doing a nice job offensively, but he has come up with a couple of huge saves in close early on. Herzog back to Person right side. I'm sorry, that's Jackson Rice. He's able to scoop it back up. Long shot. And the save by Kaczmarek. Kaczmarek quickly to the other end. That's how you defend the sideline,
Yeah.
Kamari Brown.
Absolutely.
Get out of bounds.
Then force them to take a timeout. So they're going to take an early timeout here in the second quarter.
Coach Chris Tott.
Well,
I believe he's been with the program since the co-op began after COVID. He's taken over as the head coach the last couple of seasons. I believe I'm trying to remember his son, I think is like 8th grade, so his son will be part of this team in the upcoming years. Rain has become a little steadier here as we've gotten deeper into this contest.
as you mentioned, umbrellas everywhere. Keep trying to keep people dry here tonight.
Rowan Cass will bring it back in after the timeout. Spins to the middle. His pass didn't have a lot on it. Intercepted easily by Jack Smolich. Smolich, long run down the other side. Long shot. He'll scoop it back up. Love it when the long stick middies get into the offensive action.
Yeah, both teams making a little changes on the fly here.
Long pass ahead, accepted by Mason Nordberg. Nordberg working down that left side, trying to get around Josiah Robb. Robb not giving up anything. Go back. Up top with it now is Cale Smith.
Yeah, Stealth could use a goal. 5 unanswered for the Catbirds.
I think just the one, it was a really good opportunity, but one shot on goal here in this second quarter, and it was denied by Scramstead. And again, he's got 3 or 4 outstanding saves already.
He's played solid
in this contest.
He's been solid in net.
Giving his team the opportunity to build that lead. Into the middle, and everything stops up by the body contact from Lamari Brown. The transporter and the enforcer. There he goes. More body play. Denied. A chance in close. Misses wide. And they'll talk about it, and it will be Hermantown Proctor ball. Number 45.
Yeah, he's all over the place. He's just throwing his weight around.
I'm not getting in there. Oh. Kyle LaValle up top for the Stealth. Little stutter step, goes to his right. He's shot, denied by Scramstead. Long rebound, tracked down by Daly in the corner. He's pressured all the way over there by Blake Mellum. Ends up out of bounds. It'll be SLPCR ball.
Again, you see the shot coming through, and Scramstead gets a piece of it.
Scramstead ahead for Conkler. Caden Conkler getting the defender on the run, working his way behind. Radzik gets a nice shot off, denied by Kaczmarek. Both goaltenders have come up with some big saves.
Yeah, that was a big stop by Kaczmarek, because certainly doesn't want his team falling behind more than by the 4 already.
Martin Sleen. You heard me right. Martin Sleen. So close. High pass. James Daly knocks it down and then able to scoop it back up. Long shot stopped up by Scramstead. He's able to make another save.
Yeah, he's been solid.
You're not getting the Sleen.
I don't know the Sleen.
Sleen, Martin Sheen.
Oh, I got that. I got that after, but I didn't know. Well, it took a while. If it takes longer than 3-4 minutes to figure it out,
if I had to explain the joke, it really wasn't that
move
good.
on to the next one.
Sleen, Sheen. 1 letter difference.
I get it.
If his brother Charlie shows up, then
Charlie Sleen or Sleen Dion.
Nah, you're going. That you just took a left turn from.
Are you surprised? I usually take left turns. I just go in circles.
This one doesn't click, ends up out of bounds right in front of the SLPCR bench. Been stuck at the 5-1 score for a while now. SLPCR scored 45 seconds into the second quarter. Since then, both goaltenders have come up with a couple of big saves.
They have.
Neither team able to extend or cut into the lead. Caden Conkler off the whistle. Trots into the top of the circle. Right side, that pass not secured. Back the other way come the Stealth. Quinn Andrews. sets up on the sidelines. Back for Parker Swart. Swart not finding room against Robb. Robb has done a nice job keeping him to the outside. A chance inside and a denial again for Scramstead. They were able to get James Daly an opportunity in tight, but Scramstead shut him down. Well, it skipped away from Brown, but he's able to catch it on the bounce and get back into the offensive side of the field. Brock Lewick. He's a pretty good goaltender on the ice.
Very good goaltender on the ice.
Tries to flex his offensive flair here on the field, however. Pass is way too high for everybody. Skips past Brown. Robb scoops it up. But like a backcourt violation,
yes,
that is a turnover.
That is a turnover.
Swart pressured by Robb. Pushed up towards the top of the square. Forced back to the side. He'll give it up to Rowan Cass. Cass stutter step, goes to his right, takes the shot low and denied by Scramstead.
The one fortunate thing for the Stealth is that the Cappers haven't scored.
Chance for Herzog, and he buries it. You were saying?
Well, I was going to say until now. You know, again, the longer that went without getting a goal, the better chance they had coming back. But now just another goal increases the lead to 5. And
good passing down into
really
the offensive end. Herzog had some time and space in tight.
A little shimmy.
Throws the keeper and buries it. Person getting the assist. And it's a 6-1 lead. Jack Person, a couple of goals and now an assist. That was goal number 2 this afternoon, this evening for Brody Herzog. Long pass, Martin Sleep finds a seam, fires it high, and good hustle from Scramstead to maintain possession for the Catbirds.
Martin Sleep finds a seam. I like it.
Well, that's why I do it.
I know.
What a pass in tight, and Conkler is not going to waste that opportunity. Conkler getting his first, and it's a 7-1 lead. Just 30 seconds, 29 even, between those two goals.
Yeah, and that's his 27th goal on the season. Just beautiful. Again, beautiful passing. Really nice job setting up offense.
Yeah, and he's moving left to right. Kaczmarek, who had moved to his right to defend the pass, going back the other way, really had no chance.
None.
Good pass, good look from Quist, and a great job by Conkler to catch it on the move and then be able to bury it.
Well, they're playing so well. I mean, offensively, they're playing really well, and they're taking advantages of those opportunities that the Stealth are giving them. Apparently they're doing a senior night. They did not get a chance to do their senior night. It was weather called off, and they're doing a little senior night here at the first section game.
7 unanswered goals for the home squad, but cannot take the foot off the gas now. Want to make sure they finish it. Punch their ticket to Thursday's quarterfinal round. On the face-off, Herzog able to win the battle, come away with it. Get it over to Caden Conkler, who will slow things down.
And again, with a 6-goal lead at this point, you can afford to slow things down, work the ball around the perimeter, find that opportunity, and get that good look on net.
Person back up top, Quist, and now Tranby right side. Wanted to go across, thought about his shot, now sends it inside. Quick turning chance. But Herzog denied the hat trick. And again, good positioning for Conkler, maintains possession. Here's Person with it.
Well, Katzmarek did a really nice job getting it a stick on it.
Person fakes, moves to the middle, shot way high. Conkler all alone behind the net.
But again, they're giving themselves looks, good looks at the net.
Well, and as long as you keep getting possessions
Exactly.
and keep getting opportunities, this one could get ugly. Person fires another one just over the crossbar. Conkler will just scoop up another ball and get it to Tranby, and away we go. Tranby shoots low. Katzmarek with the save this time. Waits for some traffic to clear. Little room to run, now pressured. Gives it up. Wood Christensen was pressured and coughed it up, but then a foul called. Lamari Brown able to get a steal, and Scramstead
He does a nice
will
job.
fire it ahead quickly.
He does a nice job getting the ball upfield. Very accurate.
Blake Mellum battling against Graf Mellon. Mellum against Mellon. And the whistle sounds. The trumpets call.
Hark.
And a timeout.
Another timeout.
1:30 to go in the first half. And after Hermantown Proctor opened the scoring, it has been all Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids.
Yeah, they've dominated this first half for sure.
So if you're Hermantown Proctor, though, you have to find a way to generate some offense, to get some time in the offensive end, and you have to capitalize it. Essentially, at this point, although again, a lot of time left, and obviously you can put up big numbers in lacrosse, but you have to look at it if you're Hermantown Proctor as starting to get to a point where you need to show a little desperation, and any shot is a good shot.
Well, yeah, you need opportunities, and they're not getting any. And give the Catbirds credit for what they're doing.
And Scramstead has, again, made a couple really high-end saves.
Yep.
When they have had their opportunities. But as time ticks down towards the half and you are trailing by 7 or 6, 7-1, desperation has to come calling.
Well, yeah, you just want something to go your way. I mean, you have to cut into this lead. You certainly don't want to give up any more goals before the break, but you'd like to at least get a little bit of something on your side.
Brock Lewick hits full speed as he gets behind net. Little stutter step to freeze Finley Radzik, and now Jack Person up top. Conkler and now Quist. Quist can't find a seam. Sends it behind. Lewick out front, crashing in for the goal is Brody Herzog. He's got his third.
And again, just the passing from behind the net out front. And, Herzog does a really nice job of just using his quickness to get to the ball, and then a quick shot, quick release. Gives them an 8-1 lead with under a minute remaining in the half. I mean, just look at the pass from behind the net. Perfect.
And Herzog doesn't miss in close. Nope. Makes it an 8-1 Catbird lead with just under a minute to go in the first half. Herzog able to win another draw. We'll see if SLPCR can set up and generate at least one more good scoring chance.
They would love to be able to do that.
Timeout called. Coach Taut wants to do some teaching. Set up this last opportunity. You want to make sure you generate at least one good scoring chance and see if you can't add to that lead before going to the half. Not what we expected as we started.
No.
But exactly what SLPCR was hoping for, as they have been downright dominant for most of this first half, having scored 8 unanswered. And in a great position as we head towards half. 45 seconds to go. They have an 8-1 lead and possession. A lot of smiles on the home team sideline.
Yeah, even though it's raining, it's everybody's happy because when you're on that home side and your team is up 8-1 with 45 seconds remaining in the first half, you have to feel pretty good.
Quist, long run from the right side, down and around behind. See the time ticking down to the final 30 seconds. Jack Person trying to find some room. Spins back to his right. No sail. That pass is denied, but still loose. Lewick kicking at it. Tranby can't scoop. Whistle sounds, 17.9 left on the clock. Ball awarded to Hermantown Proctor. And the Stealth hoping for one more chance. Long shot, easy save for Scramstead.
They call another timeout.
Nope, I'm not sure what this whistle's for. With 7.9 seconds to go in the half, but Brock Lewick heading to the sideline along with looked like Sawyer Jolkowski was headed that way as well.
Looks like there's a... Oh.
Now the buzzer sounds, and we go to the half. SLPCR, 8 unanswered goals. They are in complete control. We'll be back with the second half of this Section 7 first round contest after this on CTN.
Did you know that a player will jump an average of 300 times per game of volleyball?
Wow. And I think jumping up to go to the fridge is hard.
The fastest volleyball serve was over 83 miles per hour.
Yikes. If that serve were coming at me, they could have the point. I like my hands. They're dainty.
Huh?
Back at Spring Lake Park High School, the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids squad an 8-1 lead at the half of this Section 7 first round contest. Hermantown Proctor started the scoring, a goal by Mason Nordberg just under 4 minutes in, and then it was an onslaught from the home squad. Jack Person scored the first 2 for SLPCR. Toby Tranby got a steal and a goal to keep it going, and then Brody Herzog got started. He had 3 of the 8 unanswered. Good quick turn and score there for Vizcara Davis. Another for Brody Herzog. And Caden Cockler getting in there as well. But yeah, everything working.
Everything's
for
working.
SLPCR. Yep. Tommy Scramstead didn't make the highlights.
He should have. He made some nice saves
in that first half, but he should have. He had several top-notch saves in the first half. Winner moves on to Andover on Thursday. Quarterfinals against number 1 seed Huskies. Neither team able to gain possession securely to start this third quarter.
Well, and the Stealth have the work cut out for them because they're trailing by 7, and they really don't have any momentum going at all. They don't have anything going offensively outside of that very first goal to start this contest.
Well, and again, they did get some looks that led to great saves by Scramstead, but to his credit, once he made the save, that ball was at midfield seconds later.
Yep.
He secured it, did not give up second chance opportunities. And when they have had looks, to their credit, the Stealth, they have hit the net. So they have not had those shots that whizzed by high and they were able to maintain possession. They haven't had a lot of those types of offensive possession. A shot in, Scramstead makes the save and keeps it in his cross.
Yeah, again, he's definitely playing, he's on his game in terms of his play between the pipes.
And there's a reason he will play lacrosse at the college level next year in Ithaca, New York. Quality keeper to be certain. Hermantown Proctor back on the attack, down low. Parker Swart gives it back up for Rowan Cass. And now at the top is Martin Sleen. Long shot, that was Cale Smith up top. Long shot, again, secured by Scramstead. And just like that, they're back at midfield. Into the attacking end. Jack Person just running for some open space.
I think he's waiting for some of his guys to come in and set something up.
just trying to find a little bit of room to breathe, allow those changes to happen. Good pressure from Finley Radzik. We're going to see, I think, our first penalty of the game.
Cross check.
That looked like a pretty significant cross check, but that's not the one that was
called. No, it wasn't called that. It wasn't the player who was even called that.
I love this game. Like, you can get away with so much, but then at some point the ref just says, yeah, that one I'm going to call. So SLPCR with the advantage. Working it around the offensive zone. Caden Conkler in tight. Gets Merrick a good save. Person scoops it up behind. Conkler again. Looking for room from the left side. Lubanski up top. Left side, Tranby low shot. Missed wide, went right between the legs of Jack Person. Person, like every normal human being that is not a goalkeeper, made sure to get his legs out of the way.
Yes, you don't want to get hit with that.
Well, and the goalkeepers, I mean, goalkeepers in all sports are just a little bit different. Right.
Goalkeepers and catchers.
And when you get to lacrosse, these guys, they don't even really wear pads, but they're out there stopping a ball that, I mean, yeah, it's not a rock. It's quote unquote, air quotes, a rubber ball. It does bounce.
Yeah, but if that thing's coming at you,
it's pretty hard, and if it's coming with speed, you're gonna feel it.
It's gonna leave a mark.
You got to be tough. You
have to be tough. Right?
I think so. Right?
Yeah.
It's got to be tough.
Got to be tough.
Coming up on 4 minutes into this third quarter, no score yet. SLPCR scored 4 unanswered after Proctor Hermantown opened the scoring in the first quarter. Then they had all 4 of the goals in the second quarter. So far here, pretty good save for Kazmarek at this end, a pretty good save for Scramstead at the other. A lot of posturing from both squads at the other ends. And we're going to see another penalty.
Yeah.
And it's going to go against Hermantown Proctor again. Yeah, we did not see a single penalty in the first half. It's going to be the hold for that stick check right there. Get it around the guy and trying to control his body. That's a no-no. And again, sometimes the ref says you've gone too far.
Sometimes not so much.
Sometimes the ref says, okay, have fun. SLPCR resetting the offense again with the advantage down low. Herzog in tight, bounced it off the post. Looking for his 4th of the contest. Raph Mellon trying to find some room, gets away from Person down the right sideline. Gets to full speed as he crosses midfield. Into the attacking end, he sets up with Swart. Back down low they go. Nordberg's pass out of the reach of Cass, and that's going to get out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover back to SLPCR.
Yeah, just a good look inside, but he hit that post.
It went behind the keeper off the far post.
Yep.
He's had a couple of posts that he's hit as well as his 3 goals. And I think Cale Smith just got whacked by his own teammate. Swart battling for the ball near midfield. Well, we've got another flag on the field.
Couple of nice moves.
I guess he didn't really get whacked. He just got juked out of his shorts.
Yeah.
Ran the two defenders into each other. Toby Tranby near side for SLPCR, behind for Jack Person. Tranby long shot, saved by Kaczmarek. And he's able to hold on, give his team time to clear. Cale Smith setting it up top, whacked at by Lamari Brown.
SLPCR went through a little bit of a scoring drought. They were at 5-1 for a while until they were able to increase the lead now to 8-1. But again, Hermantown Proctor just trying to look for any opportunities to score a goal. Because they still plenty of time, however, but they need some points.
Well, this is the longest they've been without a goal, SLPCR, in the contest so far today. Big hit from Lamari Brown, and flag comes out, and I think this one is going to go against the home team.
I think you were correct.
Again, it's okay to hit him. It's not quite okay to hit him that hard.
On up high, too, a little bit.
There you see the laundry on the field. No arguments from young Mr. Brown. He just headed for the bad boy box, and he took a knee. There it is. You go over there, take a knee, think about what you've done.
In the bad boy box.
Long shot, misses wide out the end line, but Smith the only one behind the net. Sorry, that's Mason Nordberg behind the net. Smith was the one who took the shot. James Daly up top. Opportunity for Rowan Cass, and Scramstead got a piece of that, and then it ends up out the end line. Couple three chances in a row for Hermantown Proctor, but Scramstead a save. Long pass over the head of Sawyer Jolkowski, but he collects, gets into the front offensive end. His pass kicked away now. Battle continues with it on the ground. Finally scooped up by Cale Smith. Smith, long run to get away from the pressure. Take it right down low. The pass to the near side for Nordberg. I'm not sure if he was trying to pass to the back door or was trying to shoot and just didn't get what he wanted on it. It's out the far side. Possession maintained by Hermantown Proctor, though, would indicate it was probably a shot. Good defense there, poking it free. Sawyer Jolkowski. That one nearly was passed back into the net as Scramstead had gone behind. Herzog down the near wing, trying to get around Cass. Gives it to Tranby. Back up top, too tall. Scooped up by Vicara Davis. Good passing all the way around. That pass
a little too high.
A little too high off the cross of Toby Tranby and out of bounds. right in front of the Hermantown Proctor bench.
Again, good job moving that ball around the perimeter, but just a bit too much on that. As Neil Hennon would say, a little too much mustard.
Lassard just lost it. It flipped out of his cross, and that leads to a great chance and a goal. Toby Tranby on the feed from Brody Herzog.
Yeah, Tranby's not going to miss that in close like that particular shot. And again, the passing is what set it up. A couple of quick passes, and you got Tranby all alone, and he's going to make them pay 9-1 now in favor of SLPCR. Again, Herzog to Tranby, and he's not going to miss.
Well, and it all started again with Lassard. Went to pass it, and he lost it out the back of his cross. He didn't even immediately recognize that he had lost the ball. It was scooped up, I think, by Person, who got it to Herzog, who got it to Tranby, who scored his second of the game. And made it an 8-goal lead.
Yep.
Another win off the draw. Herzog in some traffic, sends it back to Scramstead. Good passing to move it ahead to Julkowski. Long shot. Kaczmarek saves and holds. 2:44 to go in quarter number 3. Just a little one, a 30-second hold this time for Graf Mellon. Pass into the middle, didn't click, but Tranby, quick shot.
I don't know if it was deflected or if he.
Yeah, he just missed.
I was going to say, because he was right there.
And actually, SLPCR, I think, got away with that. I thought that the goaltender, Kaczmarek, got back there and should have been closest to secure possession.
I think you are correct.
There was nobody back there immediately on the shot. So it wasn't really expected. Personal fake, steps inside, his shot high, and that one clearly out, and they're in good position this time. 2:05 to go in this third quarter. Conkler weaving his way out front, spinning shot. Misses, and Person's there to make sure they maintain control. Levansky pressured by Sleen. Sleen is driving it. I don't know if Sleen plays a line position in football, but
he sure.
That's how you block right there.
That is definitely how you block. That is correct. You keep it correct, and it's a really nice job causing the turnover.
Martin Sleen trying to avoid the apocalypse.
Oh.
Now moves the ball.
Oh. He'll have to go over to the west wing for that.
Hey, now we're on board with the puns.
Yep.
Again, had to explain it to you.
No, it was just not that good. That's why.
Chance in tight, and finally breaking the seal as James Daly ends the 9-goal run for the home team late in this third quarter.
And again, that's exactly what the Stealth needed. We're minute 8 into this left in this third quarter, but they needed something to happen, and they get the goal to cut the lead back to 7. That's Daly's 17th goal on the year.
I mean, Hermantown Proctor not out of this yet, but they need pretty much everything to go their way the rest of the way. And
without giving up anything
before
additional.
the end of the third would be huge, but instead they're going to get another penalty. Tranby battling for it in the corner. Had his stick slashed away from him. Worthington called for the hit on Herzog. 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Tranby behind for Person. Lubanski long shot misses. SLPCR in good position. Person's pass denied. He scooped it back up. Turnaround chance for Herzog. Didn't have the angle he needed. Ends up out the near sideline. 18 seconds left. Tranby to Lubanski up top. Conkler. Lubanski down to 5 seconds, and they're going to let the time run out. And they will go to the fourth quarter with a 7-goal lead. Just one aside in the third quarter. We'll see if SLPCR can hold on and advance to the quarterfinal round. You're watching Section 7 Boys Lacrosse Playoffs on CTN. Back at Spring Lake Park High School, Section 7 Boys Lacrosse Tournament. First round action between number 8 seeded Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids, number 9 Hermantown Proctor, and a quick goal for Caden Conkler to start the fourth quarter.
Well, they get that goal back that they just gave up at the end of the third to push the lead back to 8. A quick one there. Makes it a 10-2 lead.
Second of the game for Conkler.
Yeah, just a nice shot from way out. Conkler, the third leading scorer in this squad.
And Conkler just a freshman. So you look, Tranby a junior leading the way. Herzog is senior. And you got a freshman in Conkler and an 8th grader in Person.
Yeah, a lot of youth.
So they will have some very nice pieces coming back, to be sure. Lamari Brown up there rounding out the top 5 in scoring as a junior, or his top 6 in scoring, I guess, as a junior. You had mentioned it, they got rained out on senior night,
yep.
So celebrating their seniors. 6 seniors all told on the roster. I talked about it before, Herzog and Scramstead, the big, most notable pieces perhaps, but Some other players that will be tough to replace: Jack Smolich, Brock Lewick, Asher Ose, Danny Quist.
Always lose some leaders.
Shot from a ways out from Quist. Misses high, but they're in good position and will maintain possession. Brock Lewick lowering his shoulder and dropping a defender. Don't get to do that when you're
I was just
wearing
say
the
that.
big pads in the hockey rink. I mean, you can lower the shoulder.
You can, but
it's frowned upon.
You don't get the opportunity, typically.
Quist looking for room, right side, held up there by Michael Worthington.
A lot of laundry now.
We got flags from both sides.
I know, all three flags.
Oh, did I? I missed one?
Yep, both sides, and then one right in front of the net.
I missed them. Were they all for the same?
All for the same
infraction.
Yep, they basically all came out at the same time.
Well, and that one again, I'm not real familiar with the rules, and sometimes to me it's the ref decides you've gone just a little too far. That one was relatively obvious. That there was that grabbing a player in that way is not probably allowed.
No.
I don't know of any sports, say maybe wrestling, where you can hold your opponent that way. So another opportunity with an extra man on the field. Work the perimeter. Coming in tight. Tranby bounces it off the side of the net. Chance for Lubanski, misses wide. Right back out front. It eludes the stick of Conkler, but he's able to scoop it back up. Back for Lubanski. Down low. Person a jump shot. That was deflected. Ends up out the far side. They'll continue to bring the pressure.
Well, they will. I mean, still obviously plenty of time left. The clock is running at 9:40.
And it's interesting to see Toby Tranby really has played a secondary role tonight. He has really tried to make himself the first scoring option.
Nope.
I think they will need him to take
Andover.
that a little bit, make himself an option a little bit more on Thursday if they advance to Andover, which
right now it looks like they will.
It looks like, barring a pretty enormous meltdown, they will get themselves to the next round. But, you look at a guy that's got 42 goals, and he does have 2 goals tonight, but again, he has looked to be the setup guy, it seemed, more than making the shot his first option, and that may be something he needs to change come Thursday.
Well,
but then again, if you can continue to get Person and Herzog involved on the scoring end and get Conkler involved offensively as well, maybe that's what's going to work best for him.
Well, maybe the opponent dictates it as well, and how the game unfolds. It doesn't necessarily have to play that role here tonight.
Slinging ahead, quick shot, Scramstead makes the save on the opportunity for Cale Smith. Smith is the leading scorer for the Hermantown Proctor team. Came in with 37 goals. He does not have one of their 2 here tonight. Rowan Cass out front, and that's a big hit. That'll bring the laundry to the field, but that is a big hit. Blake Mellum just train rolled over Cale Smith.
We'll see it again. Just
boom.
Yeah, he let him know he was there.
Hey, I got to give Smith credit for not coming up retaliatory. Some discussion on and amongst the referees to determine the severity of the penalty, perhaps. And I'm not familiar with the hand signals, but I'll tell you, when they relay, it's more like American Sign Language than any other sport, where it's usually just one action tells you, but their actions tell the player it was on, how long the penalty is, what the penalty was, where it was apparently was Professor Plum with the rope in the hallway, all in hand signals. It's impressive.
It is impressive.
Most impressive.
No question.
Hermantown Proctor trying to take advantage of this opportunity. They find themselves in a huge hole in this fourth quarter. That pass doesn't click. And that's backcourt violation to steal a term from basketball.
Turnover.
Amari Brown backing away, letting his teammates get into position. And again, this is, we talked about it a lot in the girls' game. This is a spot where SLPCR, big lead, fourth quarter, they can take their time.
They're in no hurry.
Absolutely zero sense of urgency. And if you're defending for Hermantown Proctor, you have to bring pressure, because if not, they will just be able to pass it around for the next 6.5 minutes. Chance Herzog in close, but he couldn't secure the pass. And then he was bumped off it. It's recovered by Graf Mellon. Mellon long pass ahead, and Tranby's going to pick up an infraction for trying to knock that one free from Jack Lassard. May have caught Lassard up near the throat.
For our was listening, that was a throat. That was meant the throat. In case you were, Joe.
The throat.
The throat.
The throat. Exactly midway through this fourth quarter.
Shot to the throat.
Right in the throat. Right in the throat. That's how they say it out east.
Yep.
Throat.
That's a fish.
Never thought about how they would say trout.
Trout.
Out east. Trot.
Trot.
Trot. Bounce shot skips up over the net, over Scramstead and out of bounds, but a couple of blue jerseys back there to make sure they maintain possession. Nordberg quickly get it back out front. Cass will get it right back. Long shot. Scramstead got a piece. Cass pass too high for Cale Smith. And a turnover back to SLPCR.
And it's kind of been the case all night for Hermantown Proctor, that they just haven't been able to get their offensive going. Really, they really haven't. They haven't. You know, when they've had a few opportunities, they turn the ball over. But you know, give credit to SLPCR. They've been doing a good job playing defense.
Mason Nordberg slows it down, works it back for Graf Mellon. Mellon lets some teammates get on the field. Rolls it across for James Daly. Daly lost it, now takes a big bump. Offsides.
Yep.
Brown is like REO Speedwagon. He takes it on the run. To the other end, backs off. Right back in. Brown on the attack. Backhanded shot over the top. Herzog patrolling the back line.
Yeah, and again, he does a really nice job of just making something happen and using his quickness. Try to get that back in.
Herzog from behind the net, tried a backhand of his own, sends it across and out of bounds on the near side. And SLPCR in good position to maintain possession. Vizcara Davis back up top. This is Danny Quist. Working around the right side, back behind. Tranby out front, backdoor, another goal for Brody Herzog. That's number 4 tonight.
I mean, just the pass, too. I mean, just streaking into the net. Perfect find. And again, just all one motion as he's able to catch and shoot.
That's his fourth of the game.
You see it again, just from behind the net, right through the middle to Herzog, and just a quick goal for him. 11-2 lead with 3:30 remaining.
It's going to be one of their most dominant victories of the season. Did beat Bloomington Kennedy Burnsville early in the season by a 12-3 score. Bloomington Kennedy Burnsville also lost to Proctor Hermantown, or Hermantown Proctor, 9-4. So they had two common opponents, Anoka the other, able to beat both of these teams in the regular season. But this has been an impressive showing from the home squad, to be certain. Again, coming in, a slightly better record for the higher seeded Stealth at 8-5 versus Coon Rapids' Spring Lake Park 7-6. But clearly the Catbirds have shown the seeding was correct. They are the superior squad. As we tick toward the final couple of minutes. Toby Tranby tracked behind the net by Jack Lessard. His pass did not click, evaded Blake Mellon. Now they'll call a backcourt violation or backfield violation, a turnover, what have you. But there's no rule here in like there is in basketball. If the other team touched it before, it's
right.
not a violation. That's the way it is. 101 seconds remaining in the season for Hermantown Proctor. Long shot by Cale Smith, and another big stop for Tommy Scramstead. Scramstead running for his life, just fired it. Flag came out, so when Hermantown Proctor does get possession, the whistle will blow anyway. Another flag on the field. And now it's intercepted. Somebody's going to get a penalty somewhere with 1:09 to go. –
Well, it's been an impressive game for the Catbirds, for certain. I mean, you get an opponent that you're able to handle, and they certainly have.
No question. So flags flew at both ends and both against the visitors. So a couple of guys in the naughty box. Carter Lee is going to get a chance to come in, get a little section playing time between the pipes. Tommy Scramstead, all smiles on the sidelines with head coach Chris Todd. He was outstanding tonight. Tranby gets his third, makes it a 10-goal lead.
Scoring for Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids, number 19.
Yeah, this is, again, just with 1:03 left, it's a solid outing. Here's just a quick little shot.
Before this face-off, we'd like to make a special announcement here.
And Bo Kaczmarek made some big saves for his team in that, especially early in that first half, keeping this one very close. But he has been under siege all night long. Scooped up by Quinn Andrews. His pass out of the reach of Mellon. Defense swarming. Good steal on the pass. Jack Smolich is just going to run past everybody into the offensive end, right to the net. Misses the shot, and Hermantown Proctor will be able to take possession with 38 seconds to go. Smolich, another one of those seniors.
Yeah, getting some action in just as the clock continues to run. They stopped it. They're looking.
Down to the final 30 seconds. SLPCR not taking the foot off the gas at all.
Well, they know they've got a heck of a contest ahead of them against Andover. They want to continue to play well, running all cylinders, take it into that one.
Pass knocked away as the buzzer sounds, and that will be your final score. A dominant performance by the number 8 seeded Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids squad as they advance to the quarterfinal round, and both of the SLPCR squads holding serve as the 8th seed and advancing to face the number 1 seed in the quarterfinal round on Thursday.
Yeah, and again, a nice win, and an impressive win and a solid win at 12-2. The fact that they, were able to get 12 goals in this game and come out and play well and take it into Thursday night.
Yeah, and for the team from Hermantown Proctor, a long, damp ride home.
Yes, for sure.
Knowing that their season has now come to an end. And for SLPCR, it makes coming out and playing in the rain maybe worth a little bit more when you come away with a win, and a dominant win at that. So they move on to face Andover in the next round. There you see some of the rest. Champlain Park, the number 4 seed, is hosting number 13 Cloquet, and Blaine, the number 5 seed, gets 12th seed Forest Lake. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, it's SLPCR 12, Hermantown Proctor 2. Want to thank everyone out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.